Hi all, welcome to the video. Uh, in the last video, we looked at a general introduction to the dplyr library and how its various functions such as select, filter, arrange, and summarize can be used to do certain selection, filtration, and data manipulations on a data frame. We typically looked at the New York flight dataset and how we can create different summary statistics or different cuts based on the requirement. Now in this video we will look at another important function within dplyr, which is a group by function. Now it is now the folks who are familiar with the SQL language would basically know what a group by is, but uh, just to explain, just to basically create some context. Let's say I want some information at let's say a carrier level. Let's say I want to know the number of records at a carrier level, or I want to know the mean arrival time or mean departure time at a carrier level. Then I can basically use a group by. It will give me summaries at a prescribed uh, group variable. We'll see what exactly it is in the next couple of examples. Now, basically, if you see, it is similar to splitting the data by some variable and then applying function on it. So basically, you decide what variable you want to aggregate at, and then you basically define what level of aggregation or what form of aggregation do you want. Do you want sum? Do you want count? Do you want average, and so on. So let's say we already know that let's look at the data frame again. So basically df will give head of df will give you the first few records. Now I basically want to group it by carrier. The carrier is the last column here. Now what I want is I want the number of records against each individual value within carrier. So what I will do, I will select df, I will do a piping operation, and then I will group it by a carrier variable. Now once I group it, I have to define what level of or how do I want to aggregate information. I basically want the length of the carrier, or basically the length of unique records for each level. So if I do that, so I will basically get the number of records within each individual level of a carrier. Now if you see, this information is not organized properly, so let's arrange it based on the count of records. Um, there is another elegant method of calculating the number of records within each level of a categorical variable. It can be done by simply an n function. So if I just repeat the same thing, I will get this. Now, having looked at the New York flight dataset, it is more imperative to further explore more functionality in terms of dplyr. I mean, what exactly can we do, or what can be done using different functions in a dplyr. So for sake of understanding, what I am doing here is I am taking a very simple dataset, which is an empty cast dataset. Using this, you would be able to appreciate the functionality that is there, or how powerful a dplyr is. Now let's say I have the empty cast dataset. Already know it is a very small dataset with 32 records and 11 columns. So if I just look at the column names, it is miles per gallon, cylinder, dispersion, horsepower, and so on. If I look at the first few records, the purpose of using this data set is you would be able to visually see how exactly data manipulation is being done. Now let's say there is a variable cylinder. So cylinder is a variable, and I want to look at what exactly, or what are the number of records within each individual value. So I mean, unique values within cylinder are 6, 4, and 8. How many records out of the total 32 records are placed within each of these buckets? So what can I do? So I can basically start with this data frame, and let's say I've already defined I as cylinder. Okay, so what will I do? I will take this and I will create a column which is feature name, which is cylinder. Now I will group it with respect to dfi. Now dfi is nothing but this particular column, and feature name is the last column. So if I do this, I will basically create a group by object. So if you see, this is a group by object I have created. Now after grouping, what exactly do I need to do? What aggregation do I need to perform? So I want the total number of records within each such combination. So I will just do this. You see, the, the unique values are 4, 6 and 8. Feature name is cylinder and number of records within each bucket is 11, 7 and 4. So 11 plus 7 is 18 and 18 plus 14 is 32. Okay. So now if I create this data set, again if you see this data frame is exactly not in a tuple format. So what we need to do, let me do it straight away. Let me ungroup it. Is it, am I able to close this? Okay, sorry. I need to remove. Yeah, it is closed now. See, if I now do this, oh, yeah, if I now do this, I will basically get a table. Now what we need to do, so basically df square bracket and I is basically reference to the cylinder column, but we need to change its name. So it is basically indicating to the levels, how what are the unique values within column. So if I do this, uh, so let's say I do this, then this basically will be replaced by level. Now I know, so this we repeated or we basically did it for the cylindrical column. However, there are other categorical column also, cylinder, VS, AM and carb. So if I want to basically create a frequency profiling kind of structure, I need to loop it across all the columns and perform this kind of iteration and save it into a list. So what I will do, so I will basically now initialize a list which is df2. Now df list, if you have not already seen my list videos, just go there and basically refresh the concepts. You will basically know that you can store different data frame also within a single list. So what I will do, I will loop through the different columns within column names within the data frame, and then I will basically do an iteration or an operation where I'm grouping by the attribute selected, and I am basically calculating the number of records within each individual value. So if I do this, so if I now do df2, what's there in df2? See, so first cylinder, so cylinder element is created, then vs, then am, and then finally carb. Now I want to basically row bind these individual data frames. So what I will do, I will use a do.call column, and then I will use it in a row bind or r bind or data frame functional setup. Once I do this, I will get the row binded operation, but the problem is the row names are all absurd or doesn't make sense. So what I will do, I will just remove these row dot names from df. Now if I use this, it is basically df3. So the important thing here is, if I know the categorical columns, if I have the data frame, I can use this piece of code to basically create a frequency profile of this particular data frame. Now let's say, apart from the frequency profile, I also want the sum of horsepower for each of these levels. So I should have levels, feature name, count of records, and sum of horsepower for 4, 6, 8, 0, 1, 0. So what I will do, I will again loop through the columns. I will have the same group by and summarization. It is just that I will add a mean underscore horsepower. So okay, so rename it as let me rename it as sum of horsepower. So if I do this again, see, I have created sum of horsepower, and then so in this particular example I have taken it for reference, but mean of horsepower makes more sense, so we can just replace it with, let me replace it with mean of horsepower. I think that would make more sense. Yeah, mean of horsepower makes more sense, and then I can basically export it for further analysis, or I can prepare more charts. Yeah, so subsequently at the bottom I have taken mean of horsepower also. So basically in this example we saw how we can create frequency profile, how we can use group by and summarization to create different kind of summary setups or summary cuts. So ultimately it is how you want to analyze or visualize data. You can create or you can use dplyr package and its several functions to achieve whatever summary form you require. So ultimately, if I have to summarize it up, so we learned dplyr. Dplyr mainly has the following functions. These are select, these are used for selecting columns. Filter, this is used for filtering certain number of records on the columns. Third is arrange, if I want to arrange the data set based on certain column in a descending or ascending manner. Then is the mutate, if I want to create a new column. Fifth one is the group by, if I want to aggregate at a certain level. I can aggregate at multiple levels also. If I want, after aggregation, what form of summary I want? Do I want a sum based summary, average based summary, or a count based summary? Then I have the summarize function, which indicates what level of summary or what is the exact summary we want. And the next is the number of records within each level, which is nothing but an n bracket. I hope this video was useful. In the next video we will look at dplyr case study where we will be analyzing the Democratic or the Congress vote on Obama Care bill, which was I think put up on floor in the year 2010, and we'll try to create certain meaningful summaries out of it.